Welcome to Pet Pals. I'm Dee Dee and this is Randy, and we are at Frederick County Animal Control bringing you some adoptable pets. And while we can't show you every pet that's in the shelter every single episode because we film once a week and we usually have 70 to 100 or so animals in the shelter, we try to bring you some of the pets that have a story to tell, or who may be a little hard to adopt because they have no story to tell. And we try to show you a wide variety so you'll know what the shelter has to offer. And our first guest today is Autumn. Autumn is obviously a baby dog. She is only 3.5 months old. She is part pit bull, and she came to us as a stray, so no story at all. We don't know where she lived before. No one came to claim her. She's been here more than a month. And what she does have to offer, though, is Peaceable Paws training program is run by Pat Miller. And those of you who are into dog training would know of her. She has several books about positive dog training. And every year she has a couple academies for dog owners, for dogs, and one for dog trainers. And at her Dog Trainer Academy, she uses shelter dogs for the trainers to learn how to work with an individual dog through the process of a few sessions of training. So Autumn went to the Peaceable Paws Trainers Academy, and that means that she was introduced to positive training, sitting on command, or what they call in positive training a cue, because the dogs are not reprimanded for failing to respond to the cue properly. They just don't get the treat. So it is very motivational to dogs with an unknown history because she may have been trained improperly in the past. So she might have the idea that training is hard and that learning what people want is complicated. But because she was able to go to Peaceable Paws and find out that it's easy and fun to get the treat if you just offer some different behaviors until you happen on the right one. So it makes for a very positive outlook for puppies. And one of the reasons that I'm very glad that Autumn was able to go is because when she came to us, she was kind of shy and scared. So she was able to benefit from finding out that people are nice and learning is easy. And so she is going to make someone a wonderful pet because she got started out right, and she will, and you can see her behavior. When she's not sure what to do, she'll sit as a default. And yeah, and how many 3.5-month-old puppies are clear on sitting down? Not that many. And so she does have the advantage of having been to an academy and help a dog trainer get along there, along the way of starting their own business and taking in clients' dogs. She's also a sweetie. She has 2 reasons that she'll be hard to adopt, and number 1 is she's a puppy, so we have to find someone who has the time for that. And number 2 is she's part pit bull, so we have to find someone who owns their own home or who has a landlord who's understands that these dogs are no different than any other dog. And in Autumn's case, good girl, she's well on her way to being a little smarty pants. We are back with Truffles. And Truffles also came to us as a stray, but she has been in a home with 2 other dogs, and so she got along very well with a big 100-pound lab. And the smaller black and white dog did not wish for her to stay, so the owners had to bring her back, unfortunately. And Truffles is very typical of American Pit Bull Terrier. We obviously don't know if she's purebred because she came to us as a stray, but you can see differences in body type between her and Autumn. Autumn's only part Bully Terrier. She's got a longer nose. She has more kind of a Great Dane look. Truffles is all, looks like she's all American Pit Bull Terrier. And they have a short nose and cute little rose ears, a broad head that I say holds a nice big brain, short hair, and They make very nice family pets despite what you hear in the media. And I know we always talk about this, but pit bulls are not more dangerous than any other kind of dog. They don't have a locking jaw. They don't have more jaw power than a German Shepherd. A lot of these myths are started because they are used for dog fighting, which tends to put them in homes with people who are interested in having a dog just because it's tough, or having a dog just for the status of it, or even having a dog that they can breed and sell the puppies to unsuspecting people for more than a reasonable amount of money. So they are great family dogs for people that are going to treat them like any other dog. And obviously, because they are smart and strong and loyal, people assume that a tough dog is going to be able to handle a lot of situations that these guys can't. Pit bulls don't like to be cold. They don't like to be rained on. They don't like to be alone. So their reputation of being tough isn't actually true. They do a very good job of their terrier nature, which is chasing small animals or their loyalty. But they really like to live a pampered lifestyle. And I think you can tell that with Truffles. She's being constantly petted and giving treats, and she would climb right up in this chair if she was allowed to. So if you think that Truffles would make a good match for you or someone that you know, let us know at the shelter, because it can be a little bit hard to find homes for pit bulls because we're really careful to make sure that people understand the reputation isn't earned, but it is there, and sometimes your neighbors will be afraid if you have a pit bull, so you have to think about all those things if you're going to get one. Right, Truffles? We are back with our next guest, Hooch. He's a friendly dog that likes people, but he doesn't know anything yet. He doesn't sit when you ask him to yet. He doesn't need treats from your hand, and he has a condition of his eyes that's called entropion, which means that his eyelids rub on his eyes a little bit. So that does require some grooming and care. And he is such a sweet dog for what we were told by the woman who had him is that she used him for breeding purposes, so her female could have Mastiff puppies, and mostly he lived in the basement and mostly caged. So it is a good thing that he's here. He already thinks this is the greatest place he's ever lived because he has plenty of space, his own blankets, toys, walks every day, people hanging out with him, but he has no idea that life could be even better than this. So it will be very nice when he finds out that, that there's a lot more to life than living in a kennel, which for now he thinks is just fantastic. If you think that Hooch would make a good dog for you or someone that you know, you can help him by sharing his picture on Twitter or Facebook to make sure that people know that he's available. We do have a wish list for purebred dogs, and we've already called the people who were interested in big dogs, and as you guys might know if you've seen a couple episodes recently, we had another French Mastiff at the same time, and she's already been adopted. So it's not a very popular breed that people wait for because he's so big. So Maddie got a home, and Hooch is still available. Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. Good boy. We are back with Sienna, and Sienna is a baby guinea pig, tricolored. She is only 3 months old, but surprisingly, when guinea pigs are born, they are born with all of their fur. They have little teeth, they have toenails, and they are ready to eat solid food. They still nurse in addition to eating solid food, but they are born ready to go. These kind of like a little baby deer. So these guys are adopted fairly young. And what happened in this little girl's case is she was adopted by someone who was physically disabled that had friends helping her take care of the guinea pig, but she realized in short order that it was really too much and she wasn't going to be able to keep up with it. So she had someone bring her to us so that we could find her a new home. And it will probably be pretty easy for a 3-month-old guinea pig to find a new home. The trouble is not everyone knows that there's guinea pigs at the animal shelter. It is typical for people to think of us when they are looking for a pet, a dog or a cat, and it is not quite as typical for people to think of us first when they have lost a pet, which we hope to change. And rarely do people call us when they have pet problems. And of course, we welcome you to and wish that you would, because we want to help pets keep their home. So the last effort that we have to make is to make sure people know that we very often have lizards, guinea pigs, snakes, birds, turtles. You never know what's going to be at the animal shelter. It's worth coming by to see. So we're going to be back after a short break with some more adoptable animals at Frederick County Animal Shelter, and I hope you join us. If you know anyone who would like any of the pets you've seen today, then please share their pictures around from petfinder.com or share this episode of Pet Pals. But remember, we never show you all of the pets. So even though what you saw today was a bunch of big dogs, we also have small dogs in the shelter. In fact, we were going to have 2 on today, but they got adopted last night, as is often the case. So I hope you join us in just a moment. We'll be right back.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Get out and be active. The Frederick County Division of Parks and Recreation offers a variety of recreational opportunities for citizens of all ages and ability. Experience the fun and excitement by visiting our special events, participating in youth activities such as youth sports, cooking classes, or camps, or get in shape by attending one of our many fitness classes, martial art classes, or dance classes. Whatever you're looking for, we are sure to have it. The Frederick County Division of Parks and Recreation, where Frederick County comes to play.
Hello, my name is Doug Orner, and I serve as Director of Volunteer Fire and Rescue Service for Frederick County. I've been a volunteer with the Vigilant Hose Company in Emmitsburg, Maryland since 1972. Why do I think it would be a good opportunity for you to become a volunteer? It's a great way to meet new people, learn new skills, and also you can receive college credits for some of the training that you receive. And there's always that reward of hearing a special thank you or a smile on somebody's face whenever you've saved a life or helped them in some way, shape, or form. For more information on becoming a volunteer, visit our website, stop by one of our 26 stations throughout Frederick County, or give me a call at the office. I'll be glad to assist you in becoming a volunteer. Look forward to seeing you at one of the stations in the near future.
We are back with some more adoptable animals at Frederick County Animal Control, and this little 6-month-old kitten is named Precious, and she has been in our foster care program, and she is used to kids, and she is used to dogs. So she is ready to go. As you can see, she is young, and that means her energy level is higher than that of an adult cat. And since she's a teenager kitten, she's almost lost her tiny cuteness and is well on the way to looking as she will as an adult. And sometimes it's harder for these cats to be adopted because they don't look like baby kittens, but they still act like it. And they don't have the calm demeanor of adult cats. So Randy, as usual, is doing his wrangling skill so that you can see her and get to know her a little bit and see if she might be a good match for you. She's a very pretty cat with beautiful green eyes. Many black cats have yellow eyes, so it's a little bit unusual for her to have the green, and some people like that. But as we always say, it's most important to pick a personality that matches you. And although you can't predict what she will fully be like as an adult, her activity level at this point means she'll probably stay pretty brave and interactive. So if you want a cat that can handle a busy household, then you might like Precious. If you think she would make a good match for you or someone that you know, come in, meet her, or pass her picture around, or let the person that might match her know that she's here and they should come see. Sally is our next guest, and Sally is between 2 and 3 years old, and she is also a product of our foster care program. She came to us from a family who took her in when she had kittens, and they couldn't take care of them, so they brought her to us, and one of our generous foster homes helped her raise her kittens until her kittens were old enough to be adopted. And that's how our foster program goes. Every year we have hundreds of kittens that go through the foster program, some with mothers, some without mothers, and the foster providers become their mothers and feed and clean them and take care of them in every way. And when we have moms with kittens, then obviously the moms do their job and we care for the mom while she raises her kittens. But then we end up with lots of kittens in the shelter, which is great, those get adopted, but we also have the moms to get adopted. So this little girl is ready for a new home of her own. Of course, we'll spay her and microchip her, and she's been started on her vaccinations so that you won't have to do any of that right off the bat. Obviously, year after year, you will have to do that for any pet that you take home. So Sally is what we're calling her now. And she has done a great job as a mom, probably more than once. So she definitely deserves to have a family of her own that she can keep. She is available for adoption, and you can meet her and all of our other foster cats at the shelter. And if you are waiting for kittens, a lot of time people say, well, maybe I should adopt an adult cat because it's harder for the adults to find homes. Well, we get so many kittens that we need just as many people to take kittens. So if you want a kitten and are up for the challenge, by all means do so. But if you are willing to take a cat that's a little older and has raised her kittens and was a very good mom, then please let us know. Randy said she's making biscuits, which is a great cat behavior. It shows their affection for people. It's a leftover nursing behavior, but it just shows, they, massage with their feet. It just shows that they're affectionate towards humans, and it's a nice trait for a pet cat. So if you are interested in a cat like Sally, then please come and meet them all at the animal shelter. We have many. What a nice girl. Princess Bella is our next guest, and she is another black and white cat. All of our cats today are black and white, and she is about 4 years old, and she was given to a friend of her owner's 2 years ago, and they say that she is afraid of thunderstorms, which is pretty uncommon for cats. That's a more common experience for dogs. So they said that she will hide and be worried during a thunderstorm. So she's a very sensitive little girl, also very pretty with a cute little black spot on her nose. And she also was given to us because the landlord of the people who had her said that they can't have pets. And it is frustrating when a friend is no longer able to keep their pet and you want to help out and find a new home for their pet. If you live in a place where you can't do that, even if it's just temporary. And sometimes landlords will be flexible and say, yeah, for 2 weeks you can keep the pet while you look for a home. But because it's very difficult to rehome a pet yourself, a lot of those animals end up here, like Maddie from last week. A lot of people are willing to take in a pet in hopes that they'll be able to rehome it, but sometimes you just can't find the right person. And if you do decide to rehome a pet yourself, the one thing that you need to check up on is usually a person who's interested in a pet has had one before, so they have a vet reference. And that's a great way to make sure that they're a good home, is to ask if you can call their vet and see if they have had pets before and have experience, because it is very common right now for people to take free pets that are spayed, neutered, and vaccinated and resell them for cash, because shelters are able to provide a certain percentage of the pets that people want. People say about 30% get their pets from shelters, 30% find pets and keep them, and the other 30% may purchase them, may get them from a rescue, all kinds of other options. But that means that there are a number of people out there who want pets and don't choose to get them from a shelter or buy them. So they are looking for secondhand pets. So now it is possible to, and they call it cat and dog flipping, just like they do house flipping. So someone will get a free pet and then make a quick profit by placing them on Craigslist. So you have to be aware if you're looking for a home for a pet yourself, just check things out. And obviously you can call us and ask us for tips if that would help you out. This little kitty is going to be all set for her new home. She will get a coupon for a rabies shot. She has already been started on her vaccinations and treated for fleas and worms. So it is a nice deal to get a pet from the shelter because you've got all of that under your belt to start with. We still recommend that you take them to the vet right away for a checkup to make sure that the vet knows them when they're healthy and that you have a relationship with a vet in case you have any emergencies, which hopefully you won't, but part of having a pet is being prepared for household accidents and minor illnesses that happen throughout the pet's life. So Princess Bella is looking for her now third home, and she is available at the animal shelter, maybe waiting for you. Our last guest is Chloe, and Chloe is only a year old. She is also a product of our foster program, and she raised kittens. The people who had her got her from a friend as a kitten, and when she had kittens, they realized that they were strapped financially to get her spayed. Spaying a cat can cost anywhere from $60 to $100 in low-cost programs, which you have to qualify for, or up to $400, because for a veterinarian to give the cat the absolute best care, the ideal would be a complete physical and some blood work to make sure that the cat has no underlying health problems before you do an elective surgery. And sometimes people are shocked by that and they don't realize that it's going to be so costly to start a cat off right in a new home. So we do have a program at the shelter to help people who qualify to pay for that if you have a cat you would like to keep. But for this family, it was too costly to care for Chloe and her babies, and they weren't able to afford to get her spayed and take care of her ongoing care, because every year they need some things. They need rabies shots, they need to have a checkup, and sometimes they need worm medicine. So it's a little bit of an expense to have an extra mouth to feed. So Chloe was in our foster care program, and her foster mom has given us lots of information about her. Good mom, a nice cat, but they had a dog, and Chloe doesn't like dogs. So Chloe is respectfully requesting that any applicant interested in her not have a dog or plan to get a dog in the future. It is not her wish, and it may be why she's checking out Randy's sleeves so carefully, is because the guinea pig, or maybe the dog saying, this is just not her preference to have to live with dogs. So she was a good mom, raised her kittens, they came to the shelter, they've been adopted, and now she is ready for her own home. And it would make sense that she would be interested in the guinea pig smell if she had taken care of her kittens. She may have been a good hunter. So Chloe has, as you can see, beautiful markings. She's an outgoing cat with lots of confidence, and obviously she has experience in a home, and then in our foster program, and now in the shelter. So she's had a wide variety of places to live during her life. And right now, she wants to do more than just sit on Randy's lap and be interviewed. So if you have seen any animals today that you think might make a good match for you, come to the shelter. As I always say, if you are not interested in adopting now, you can volunteer, donate your time, you can donate pet supplies and towels to us. We will put them to good use. And if nothing else, if you pass around some of the pictures of the pets you've seen today, either from petfinder.com or from the link for this show at the bottom of the screen, you will help us get the word out about what we do here at Frederick County Animal Control on Rosemont Avenue. Thanks for joining us, and I hope we see you next time.